and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Joanne and I am an online voice teacher. I help my singers develop more confidence and freedom in their singing voices. That sounds like something that you might need. There's a link down in the description box below where you can join the waitlist for voice lessons. Recently, I reacted to Ariana Grande singing Still Hurting from The Last 5 Years, which The Last 5 Years is my favorite musical of all time. If you want a dissertation on why it's the greatest musical ever, comment down below because I will gladly make that video for you because I love The Last 5 Years. But today, we're actually going to look at the movie because if you didn't know, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you already know this. There is a movie version of The Last 5 Years starring Anna Kendrick and Jeremy Jordan. And Jeremy Jordan is pretty loved for his performance as Jamie, but Anna Kendrick's performance of Kathy is a little bit controversial. There's a lot of split opinions about it. I personally don't mind her performance, but I definitely think that there are things that she could do differently that might be better in my opinion. But as I was making the video for Still Hurting, I asked people on my Instagram, which if you're not following me on Instagram, you totally should. It's at Joanne Hart Sings and have a lot of fun over there. So be sure to follow me. Let's become friends on Instagram. I asked people whose performance of Still Hurting they thought I was reacting to, and I had some conversations about Anna Kendrick. So I figured it would be fun to react to a different song of hers from The Last 5 Years. So we're going to be listening to Summer in Ohio, which I think vocally is one of the most challenging pieces in The Last 5 Years because there is such a wide range of choices that can be made here. And it's also one of my favorite songs. So I'm excited. It'll be fun.
I could have a mansion on a hill. I could lease a villa in Seville, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio with a gay midget named Carl playing Tevye and Porgy.
Wow.
I could wander Paris after dark, take a carriage ride through Central Park, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio, where I'm sharing a room with a former stripper and her snake, Wayne.
Oh my God.
This song is spectacular. I love the writing. I love Jason Robert Brown. As far as her performance goes, I think it's good. I think there's a lot of good things happening. I do hear at the ends of phrases, obviously this is a recording, this has been edited, this is in the movie, this is not a live performance. So just making that disclaimer, like there have been so many takes that went into this and this is edited. So I'm just commenting a lot on what I'm hearing in the audio, not what I'm seeing from her, and also just my thoughts as a performer for this piece. And the biggest thing is I'd love to hear a little bit more lightness at the ends of her phrases, like take a carriage ride through Central Park. She's a little heavy there. Take a carriage ride through Central Park. I'd love to hear a little bit more lift there, a little bit more lightness, maybe bring down some head voice, give us a slightly different color. I would like that a little bit more personally, just because it does feel a little bit like she's reaching, which we hear a little bit further on because she's belting like all of this. I liked actually her second phrase better than her first phrase. I feel like there's a little bit less tension in it.
I could have a satchel full of dollar bills, cures for all the nation's ills.
You can hear how she's modifying bills and ills, and she's darkening the vowel there, which you can hear that she's doing it, and so it's definitely a choice, and I like that.
Pills to make a lion purr. I could be in line to be the British Queen. Look like I was 17.
And I could be in line to be the British Queen, look like I was 17. I'd love to hear a little bit more head voice coming in. I could she's reaching, and we could use, I think, a little bit more space in there. It would give us a little bit more warmth to the sound, and probably would just be easier, but it still sounds good. She's got a really, really nice belt, and you can tell that she's done work to make this a lot more free and a lot more comfortable, and she's not doing anything that I hear and I'm like, ooh, that doesn't sound healthy. There's nothing that I'm hearing that sounds bad or unhealthy to me. It's just, there are certain things that I would personally do differently.
Still, I'm certain I'd prefer to be going slowly, batty, 40 miles east of Cincinnati. I could shove an ice pick in my eye. I could eat some fish from last July, but it wouldn't be as awful as a summer in Ohio without cable, hot water, Vietnamese food, or you.
We got some new colors in there. I liked that. She got a little breathy at points. She backed off at points, and I liked that a lot because so far we've kind of heard her at one dynamic. She's got good character, obviously. Like, she's done work on the character. She's a very, very, very good actress. But we've heard so much of the same as far as her dynamic goes. And so now we actually heard her vary her dynamic, give a little bit more air in places, lighten up a few times. And I really, really like what that brought to the character in those spots. And I really wish we had a little bit more of that.
Oh, baby, I love you.
I saw your book at a Target in Kentucky, under a sign that said new and recommended. I stole a look at your picture on the inside sleeve, and then I couldn't breathe.
That couldn't breathe. Gorgeous.
Richard, who was with me, got uncharacteristically quiet. He said, all things considered, I guess you don't have to buy it. So I smile like Mona Lisa and I lay my visa down.
That couldn't breathe. That belt there is gorgeous. You can tell she's modifying really nicely. She's got a lot of good air. It's really appropriate to the phrase for her to belt that. I love her belt placed there.
He wants me, but he ain't gonna get me.
Damn
I
right.
found my guiding light. I tell the stars each night.
On that, he wants me, but he ain't gonna get me. Obviously, this is a recording, but my ears are telling me she might be spreading there. And I'd love to hear a little bit more height in the vowel rather than he wants me, more he wants me, but he ain't gonna get me. It's a little bit better than that he ain't gonna get me. A little bit less tension if she's going vertical.
Look at me, look at him, son of a bitch.
Look at me. Me is a hard word to belt. The E vowel in general, not super great for belting. So me, I'd love to hear her go, look at me, or look at me. Something that's a little bit taller is gonna make it a little bit easier.
I guess I'm doing something right. I finally got something right. No, it's not Nirvana, but it's on the way. I play Anita at the matinee. Then I'll get on my knees, pray I can state in my next bio. I'm never gonna go back to Ohio. I put you on tinfoil for a spell. I could get a root canal in hell, but it wouldn't be as swell as this summer is gonna be. 'Cause the torture is just exquisite.
Got that E vowel again, not fun to belt on. She's ultimately not doing a bad job of it, but if she were to, I think, darken the vowel, maybe choose a different vowel there that's still close to it, it'd probably be easier and it would sound a little bit less tight. It doesn't sound super tight, but it still sounds like there's some unnecessary tension in there.
While I'm waiting for you to visit, so hurry up, schmuck.
this song. I love this musical. It's so good. Ultimately, I don't think this is a bad performance. Also, she has to sing a lot of belted E vowels, and that's really hard. She is not modifying them either, which I would love to see her do because I think it would just make it easier for her in general. But overall, I don't have a problem with this performance. I think it's good. What I would like to see more of, honestly, is just some changes in her color throughout the performance. I think that we hear a lot of the same dynamic level from her. We get a few moments where she changes a little bit, but I'd love to hear her lighten up more, and rather than just belt the majority of the song, give us some ups and downs so that we're not just hearing chest voice the whole time. And there's definitely moments in this song that definitely should be belted, that definitely need to be belted, but I'd love to hear a little bit more of that head voice creep down. I'd love to hear her use her mixed voice a little bit more to create more dynamics in the song. I think it would just improve the performance. That's my personal opinion. Ultimately, I don't have any issues with the performance. I think it's good. I love The Last 5 Years. I am not one of those people who hates Anna Kendrick's performance as Kathy. It's not my favorite, but I don't think it's bad. I think that the movie in general is great, and if you haven't seen The Last 5 Years, I recommend going to watch it because it is my favorite musical of all time. I love everything about the musical. It is so beautiful. It will also break your heart, so like, bring tissues. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.